Deion Sanders and controversy? What a shocker! Deion's taking heat for his clock management in the final minute of last week's home loss to Georgia Tech. And if you watched the game, I did, you know that he should be taking heat. The clock was mismanaged. They didn't use their timeouts with the clock tick, 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 ticking in the final minute, letting those precious seconds tick off the clock. What happens this week when Colorado steps down in class to take on Delaware? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for Saturday afternoon college of football. Looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen right now, I'm seeing Colorado, let's call it 23.5 at most books. Still, there are 24s out there. If you like the Delaware side, you can find a plus 24. But the prevailing number here in Vegas, 23.5 for Colorado over the Blue Hens. Total sitting 50/50.5. And I'm telling you guys, if you haven't tried it already, get a free 7-day trial of this Odds Logic live odds screen. oddslogic.com/Teddy. 7-day all access. And you can see why I talk about it every time I do a video. It really is a good product. And I find live odds, having the live odds running on my other screen all day long, it helps me. Maybe it'll help you. Check it out. Again, oddslogic.com/Teddy for that free 7-day trial. So this is the first time in his coaching career that Deion started 0-1. You know, whether it's Jackson State or Colorado, he's always been 1-0. His quote, if we hit the darn plays, we wouldn't be asking these questions. We had the plays, we just didn't make it happen. You know, and he goes, do you call a timeout there? No, you're right there. You don't call a timeout. You got to go. You're running tempo. Okay. Deion, quote, we're trying to fix what was broken last week, and we're on to this week. I was there talking about last week a few days ago, but I'm gone now. I'm into this week now. So a couple of things to unpack from those quotes from Deion. First, he spent more time Sunday and Monday talking about last week's game than prepping for this week's game, which is a concern. But two, he's concerned about the team making plays. They didn't make the plays, and they didn't. You know, there was a lot of missed execution, a lot of first game hiccups for Colorado in that contest, stuff that you don't expect to happen the second time around. And when they're running tempo, well, that tends to be a good thing for teams laying points, if you like Colorado, and or if you like the over. Obviously, you're playing with pace. And certainly, Delaware is the type of team that if Colorado's executing and playing with pace, more possessions could be very much a problem for the Blue Hens. You know, it was inconsistent in week one. The defense, and everyone's talking about the offense under Caden Salter, who I thought looked, Caden Salter has a big arm and the ability to scramble out of the pocket. He can make plays much like his predecessor, Shedeur Sanders, can make plays. I think there's certainly a lot of upside for Salter in this offense. But what, they had three, the defense is what really got gas. You know, everyone's like, Pat Shermer did this, Pat Shermer did that. You know, well, Robert Livingston's defense gave up, 463 total yards. Georgia Tech, 47 carries, 320 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. And Colorado could not get off the field on third downs in those games. And those are the type of things that you're going to see against Georgia Tech. I don't know that Delaware is going to bring that to the equation. I really don't. You know, the Hens King elite. Delaware, not so much. You know, more Deion. We didn't lose the game because of Coach Shermer, offensive coordinator, Coach Livingston, defense coordinator, or one specific thing. I've got to do a better job. I don't have to babysit. These are some grown men getting handsomely paid. Imagine a college coach saying that 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure they understand what the objective is. Worth noting, Deion said that he intends to put in the 17-year-old Frosh QB recruit Julian Lewis in some capacity in this ballgame. You know, to Sanders, can we just take one thing at a time? I just told you he was playing. So he's not going to start. Salter's going to start, but he will get some playing time here, which, and again, from a handicapping standpoint, you prefer it when you got the starting QB going the whole way. In this instance, that's not the case for the Buffs. That being said, it also could provide, you know, a spark for the team if they don't have one early. And if they're rolling and get a big lead, and you put the Frosh in, guess what? The offense is going to continue to try to click. So, mixed bag when it comes to that quote. Before I talk about the other side, the Delaware side of this equation, I'm going to ask you guys a simple favor. You like this video? Hit the like button. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. I know this is NFL, or this is college football video, but obviously it's NFL Week 1, and I got an NFL track record that's worth, I don't brag a lot. It's a good track record. 30-11, 73% NFL Week 1 the last 10 years, all documented at wagertalk.com. The big tickets, 8-2, 80% over the last 10 years in Week 1. I do my homework over the summer. I expect to win big right from the get-go. Check out my page, wt.buzz/TC, for we got a great 7-day all-access package for $77 right now. It's a good deal, and you'll get my Week 1 plays, college as well as baseball. So check it out, wt.buzz/TC, if you'd like to get on board. I understand buying plays is not for everyone, but if you want to, if you're interested, check out the page. This is a good week to do so. So Delaware, the Blue Hens, this is their second game as an FBS program. They looked good last week against Delaware State, like they're supposed to at home. Their only recent game against a Power 4 school, they played at Penn State in 2023, and they lost that game 63-7. They also lost in 2021 at Rutgers, 45-13. In neither of those games were they getting stops. I'm not convinced they get stops here. This is a very long trip. You look at Delaware and look at where they played. They haven't played west of the Mississippi. I don't even know when they played west of the Mississippi. I didn't go back and look that far. None of these guys have gone that far. It's a long trip into altitude. This is one of the weakest teams from the lowest power rating conference in FBS. And again, I know that they look good against the Delaware State Hornets last week. They're not an FBS program. The quarterback, Nick Minucci, threw for 270 yards. He rushed for 3 touchdowns. He's the backup. The starter actually got hurt last week. So we got a backup QB stepping up in class. His quote, "We're going to prepare just as well as we always do." It might be highlighted a little bit more now because we're playing Colorado, which is a pretty cool thing, a pretty big game. It's going to be fun. We're just going to do what we actually do, prepare really hard, watch a lot of film, and go down there and give them a fight. I'll take the under on Delaware's fight in this game. And we're getting a cheap price on Colorado. Now the markets have devalued them off the loss last week to Georgia Tech. There's a lot of wise guy anti-Colorado sentiment. I think we can take advantage because this number's cheaper than it should be. Buffs or pass for this better. I don't want to ask and again, Delaware, they're a bottom feeder. They're, bottom 10, bottom 15 in college football and power ratings. And I really don't want to ask bottom feeders to do anything for me. Not in this spot. Colorado or pass for me. Appreciate those likes. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the follows. Check out my homepage, wt.buzz/TC, or just visit wagertalk.com. Thanks for watching. Best of luck with all your bets this weekend. And stay tuned right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel for more quality video content. Cheers.